All right. Hi, everyone. I am Richa Chaturvedi and I welcome you for the third episode of the Richa Chaturvedi talk show. On this show today, we have Koyal. Hi, Koyal.
Hi, Richa.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yes. And with your energy, even I'm feeling more energetic just starting the day on a very, very good note.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for making out a time today. I know it was very last minute, like I asked you yesterday only, and it was very last minute. And thank you so much for coming today. Sometimes it happens that howsoever you plan for the things, they do not fall in place. But yes, the main thing is the show must go on. And that's the priority here. Thank you so much for making out time. So, without doing a much of conversation, I will straight come to the questions. Okay. So, tell me who you are, what do you do, and how do I identify with Koyal Gupta?
It's DuttaGupta, first of all.
DuttaGupta. Okay, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Yes.
It's okay. It's a very common mistake. No worries.
But I'm so sorry.
For everyone who don't know me, and also for you who know me so well, I am Koyal DuttaGupta, founder of Communication Horizon. It's a training platform which is as of now online, might go offline soon, for understanding and learning communication skills, which is one of the most essential skill set we humans, rather all living beings, should have and should better up on it every day. So my journey as a communication coach just started. I mean, it's pretty impulsive. I wasn't ready for this and I haven't thought that I will become a coach. So I carry with myself around 15 plus years of corporate experience, coming from a content writer and content management space, residing in various places within India like Noida, Bangalore, and currently residing in Pune. I never thought that there is something outside 9 to 5 job. So that thought process was not there till COVID struck. So 2020 has been a game changer for many, in good way, in bad way, both. For me, I consider it's a good way because that's when the self-introspection started. And I started to realize that what I'm doing is what everyone is doing, but I want to do something different. And then this entire digging into online space and reading more and more things came into picture. I left my job from a leading global bank and started looking into this field totally. And I saw the world has progressed way, way beyond which I was thinking way back then. And then the journey started, learning, learning, learning. 2020, 21, now in 2022 also, we all are learning. But the good thing is 2021, I was able to create my personal brand, which is like my second baby. And now in the process of nurturing and growing it into what my vision is, so that I can help many of everyone, I mean, everyone around who needs to upskill themselves, especially in the communication skills space, because there are loads to learn. And some way or the other, we somehow don't give that much importance to this skill set, taking into consideration we know everything, but actually we have to work upon every day on this skill set. So that was the entire agenda of becoming a communication coach from a content writer or maybe a legal contracts writer way back till 2019 to 2020 September. That's my story in short. And as I said, I'm currently residing in Pune. My daughter is 8 years old. She's right now in school, and my husband is into service. But my family background is more or less related to defense forces. So not my father's side, but my in-laws are all mostly from defense background. So that's how discipline has developed in me. And now looking forward to take this to a new level.
Okay, amazing, Koyal. Thank you so much for sharing such a beautiful journey which you have arrived at. Okay, and actually, I would like to appreciate you for the efforts you have put in last 3 years. I've seen you growing for last 3 years since we are connected. For last 1.5, 2 years, we are connected with each other through a common community, right? So I have seen you growing, and I literally want to appreciate you on this platform for the beautiful journey you have gone through, and the way you have been evolving, and the way you've been thinking, envisioning your own brand. That is so amazing, so amazing. But no, that is what I know, who Koyal is. But I want the people to know who Koyal is and how did she reach to this level. So what is Koyal's journey all about? So that 2020 was awakening, right? Or possibly I would say it was kind of taking a step forward, but possibly the awakening would have happened much earlier, right? So from that state of being awakened to the state of started taking actions, what is your journey all about?
That's a very valid question, Richa, because yeah, as you said, 2020 is a step that I've taken. But since I come from a corporate background, so I have seen like everyone is doing everything correctly, but they are not in a position to convey the message properly. And as you know, like email writing, presentations, they are all such an integral part of day-to-day life at workplace. But if we don't connect with each other properly, and if we don't put the right message at the right time, there will be mail chains, there will be escalations, there will be unnecessary meetings, and we are all running behind time. So that was always in my mind that I want to do something so that this thing can be taken care of, this aspect. And secondly, I was very surprised during 2020 to hear stories that couples 32 years of married life, 25 years of married life getting divorced. The reason being, due to 2020, due to lockdown, they were all stuck in their own house for maybe 24/7. So that was a bit striking for me, because where we are going wrong, even the relationships also require communication skills to a very large extent. What was happening previous to pandemic was we were so busy with our daily lives. We used to get up in the morning, get ready, get our stuffs done, and go out for walk. Our work was the priority, like how we reach office and start working. Post 2020, we are all home stuck. So everything is happening within our home. That's why people like husband, wife, or even in-laws, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, everyone are interacting on a day-to-day basis, every second, I would say. So that way, even there also, I felt that even personal communication is also critical, because if we are happy at home, we will take that energy and to our workplace as well. So that's how this two paradigms of communication skills I thought was important for people to be aware of, and then they can take steps based on where they lack, because every day is an improvement that we learn everywhere. So it's not that, okay, I know this, I'm done, I'm happy with it.
Very true.
I'm still now not so good with Microsoft Excel, and I have to still learn on that. So just an example here. So I mean, that's how this personal communication and business communication, both these parameters I felt are equally important. That's how it came from my work experience and from day-to-day happenings around. So I would say that I have done a lot of in-depth research on this, and then I came up with this niche of mine and started off with my branding journey with these two. But this is like hardcore examples, hardcore problems that people are facing. It came up from there. So that's how this entire plan came up in my mind, that let me create a platform where people can come and understand themselves where they are lacking, and then they can take things forward as per as their learning experience.
Amazing, amazing. I think the way you have put it up, it's really beautiful. I was reading some time back that even the industry people, the big shots and the businessmen around Indian companies and scenarios, even they say that the students who are coming into the corporates are just not ready for the industries at any point of time, because of the fact that they're lagging behind with the communication skill. They do not have the basic etiquettes of writing an email also, right? And if the corporates have to train them to write an email also, where the corporates will start working and being productive then. So initial 1 or 2 years they are just investing, and that investment time has increased for the corporates because of the fact that the youth who's entering into the industry right now is just not ready for that industry. And that's the biggest gap which you have identified. And that's an amazing work you've been doing there. And also want to tell you one thing. Of course, it is right that the industry communication skills and at your sorry, I got dropped off because of the internet issue. Koyal, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah.
tell me.
So, of course, this is important that that you should be having good communication skills when you are entering into the corporate. But at the same time, those communication skills are required at your personal front as well. But this is the start of the journey. How did you, as in, I would say, how did you figure out that you have this strength and you should become a communication coach, since you have identified with this particular gap? How did you came up to this thing?
Okay, so to answer this, I'm a mass comm student. So, but mass comm is more about print and broadcast and PR and advertising and all those stuffs. So it's not actually about communication skills. But when, like, being in my college and school days, also, I was very keen towards writing. So, as you might be aware, I've written a book also that's on Kindle on mindful communication. So, so this writing thing was was an outlet for me. Like writing became a major hobby for me, especially in college. And that's how I felt this outlet of mine can also help people, because what I'm writing, if I'm able to explain the same, then it's like 2 plus 2 equals to 4. It will become like a solid what to say, solid capsule of knowledge for everyone. And like earlier when I was working, I never used to get so much of time, to be honest. So writing was taking a backstage. But whenever I used to watch any movie and I used to like it, I used to write a review on it on my Facebook page, which is nothing like a very casual one. But gradually I saw that people are connecting with it. They used to ask me that, have you watched that film? Are you writing a review on it? So it, over the time, it became like that. They used to first read my review and then go and watch the film. So then again, it became a responsibility for me to watch the film. So this happened for quite some time. Then I said, enough is enough. Now I'm getting too much into movies and I'm not paying attention to other stuff. So I just took a break from there. But then before I started my brand, there was an urge to write. And that's how this ebook I created, which is on Kindle right now, on mindful communication within you for a better you. It's an 18 pages quick reader. It's just like a guide on mindful communication, the do's and don'ts, and where we go wrong. Because as human, everything emerges from our mind. So from there, our thoughts are there, our thinking process originates, and then different type of ideas come up, and then we take actions. And actions will be definitely how we communicate. So way back, that's how this interest gradually developed. It has taken a lot of time. I won't say it has happened overnight, because becoming a coach, again, you're a responsible individual. You just cannot take enrollments and leave them like that. You have to really work on your trainees. So keeping that in mind, becoming a coach was a very well thought decision which I took, not going by the time, but I felt, yes, what others as coaches are doing, even I can also do if I have a very structured process in place. So that's how this entire thing started.
Okay, amazing, amazing. And since you have just mentioned about your book, how did you came up with this idea of writing a book?
It just happened.
It just happened.
Mindful communication was never in my mind. It just happened that one day I was browsing something and I wanted to find out some information on communication itself, on business communication or personal communication. And there this term popped up on Google itself, mindful communication. So I felt quite interesting about it. You know, it's quite interesting. I haven't heard about it. So then I started reading on it. And there has been quite a few books on this. Many speakers, many authors have written books on it. So then one after the other, I used to, read short snippets of everything, every bit of mindful communication. And then I thought of bringing everything together and give my own masala to it and my own punch and everything and make something of my own. So therein also my research took place. And that's how this entire book is created. So it has got my version and the author's versions also. Along with that, some kind of a work plan is also there. So how people can work on this. So that's the entire idea. Nothing planned. As of now, nothing has planned happened with
I
me.
say to my community most of the time that I am very intuition based, intuitive. I work on quite on my intuitions. So, and most of the successes which I have achieved over a period of time is based on my intuitions, right? So if I'm following my intuitions, I am actually reaching out to a level where I'm growing holistically and where I'm achieving success as well. So I think sometimes it is good to plan. Of course, planning has its own importance and everything, but at the same time I feel that intuition has its own place. So a due respect should be given to the gut feel as well. Yeah. And kudos to you, thank you so much for sharing that. I want to understand. Now, this cannot be a very goody kind of a journey. Of course, there would be some pitfalls. So, what were your pitfalls?
First pitfall, I would say, for me to get into this framework of becoming a coach, because all this while being into corporates, and I was a different person, to be honest. I was not like what I am now. So as you mentioned, holistic, yes, it has been a holistic growth. First, I had to keep in mind that now I have said goodbye to my corporate life, and now I'm taking up a new role. So for this new role, first my mindset have to be set, and pitfalls definitely were there. First is to make yourself understand that you're not going to do what you were doing for past 15 years. You're going to do something different. That's number one.
It's like this, that you are getting comfortable with your own new skin.
Yes, with my own mind, and that is the top priority for me. I cannot do an inner struggle with myself, why I'm doing this, I should do this. It shouldn't be like that. When I've decided I will do this, I will do this. So I have always been working like this. And this was the first challenge. Second challenge was obviously convincing my family, because they are also new to this and they have not seen this avatar of mine. So they are like, okay, now have you decided? Because leaving a big brand where I was working, they were pretty shocked. I took this decision like it is not happening with me anymore. I'm not seeing any growth, and I'm just, at a certain time I felt I'm just wasting my time. What I'm doing about myself, I'm not doing anything about myself. I'm not learning anything new. I'm not implementing anything new. So what is next? That was the question. It was happening beyond, always in my mind. And with my daughter's schedule and everything, it was needed that I invest more time at home with her studies, and also do something which even she will also take inspiration from. because everyone's mother is going to office and they're doing all this work and they're coming back home. She has been seeing this from the day she has been 6 months old, so she has been into that group always. Now what else my mom can do, that was not in her mind. So now she's seeing a new mom. My mom can also do this. So she's very proud of this. She says Communication Horizon is my mom's company. So you feel so proud of yourself then, that your child is recognizing you in that way. So
Yes, amazing. Yes.
that's the second pointer. And third is, definitely we all know that times have changed. So networking is the key, wherein we can connect with many like-minded people. We tell, like how I'm opening up with you, like it's your talk show, so it's your forum, and you are encouraging others to come and say their stories. So that's definitely a networking, a kind of connection between you and me. And we both are entrepreneurs, we both are coaches. So these kind of network was also a lookout for me, which initially when I started I was not getting, to be very honest. Everyone is new in this field and nobody knows which path to take to grow. So that's where definitely I felt a lot of challenges. I didn't know like how to handle social media, because I have not been there for a very, very long time. I just mentioned I just used to write film reviews. That's my social media. That used to be my social media. Well, now I know 3 platforms and I handle 3 platforms together, like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram. So this was again a learning experience, a journey again, because knowing nothing, starting from the scratch, and now handling 3 platforms together is a big journey. Because we all know how the algorithms change, how we have to learn about hashtags, how we have to write the captions, how we have to shoot a video, how we have to post it. Everything, it sounds very easy. I mean,
You
it's
never get a
people
hang,
don't talk
hang on
about
it.
it, but people who are doing it on a day-to-day basis, they know how tough it is. From someone who is coming from a totally non-technical background. For me,
I
it was
can vouch for this one because I was you were still having a Facebook page. I created my Facebook page on the day when I decided, okay, I want to become a coach, and a coach need a
some
some
visibility.
kind of visibility on the
Yes,
social media, because life is happening
yes,
on social media. And
yes,
before that, it was just like I was not there on social media at any point of time. It was just I think possibly when I was in college, we used to have Orkut.
Orkut, yes, yes.
We were
And it just
on
disappeared.
Orkut Samana.
Orkut just disappeared.
Yeah,
I mean,
Orkut just disappeared.
suddenly Facebook. And by the time we could adjust ourselves with Facebook, Instagram came in.
Yeah.
And it's going to grow day by day.
And
So,
for me
well,
it was like I got used to, I got I would say exposed to the social media at the instant, this thing that okay, now I have logged into three accounts for Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, and I was like, okay, now what to do ahead. So it is like that. So there's a complete
it's
science
very
out there.
overwhelming. It's very
Yeah, very
overwhelming.
overwhelming.
And many people who will be watching this interview, or whoever will be later on interested in connecting with us, they should know that this is not an easy thing what we are doing.
Yes.
It
And
definitely takes a lot
I,
of courage.
I seriously feel while we are on this journey of creating our own brands, I take this as stars on my shoulder, that whatever the community is being built up there, however, it's not that much. But yes, it is being built up on organically, not being built up with a paid promotion or something like this. So I feel very proud that
Yes.
even if there are 350 members out there, followers out there, I am proud of it that they have started following me on their own. I didn't call them.
Yes, because yeah, on Instagram you can buy followers. That is also there.
But
Yes,
then
and
that is
I've been
not the
approached
agenda.
quite
That
a
is
few
not the,
times
yes,
for
that is
that.
not the
I
agenda.
said,
Because of
okay,
that,
if people want to join my page through the learnings that they are getting, the kind
exactly,
of content that they are
exactly,
getting, if they can connect with that, most welcome. If you're
exactly.
not interested, you can leave my page
Yes.
also.
Yes,
That is also most welcome.
exactly the point.
So that's how you build um, your own base. This is your own foundation. So there is no hard and fast rule that okay, when I'm an entrepreneur, I need to start off with 1,000 followers. There is no guideline or nothing like that. It always happens on its own.
That adds up now, gives you a beautiful
Definitely, it's
kind of
like you
a
have achieved something in a day.
yes, yes, that gives a beautiful happiness, kind of contentment, kind of thing. A satisfaction is there, wherein I feel that okay, at least one person I was able to touch in this whole wide world, and possibly my thoughts could have actually moved little bit particles in them, a thought particle in them, and that's what the beauty is all about. I feel very happy with the kind of things have been happening on social media. However, I'm not very fond of posting my personal life or anything at all on the
Yes.
social media. But then because we are coaches, so the visibility is the key, and I think that's the biggest pitfall
That's
you have also.
coming out of your comfort zone.
Yes,
That is again a learning.
big time. I was not very confident with the cameras and all. Nowadays, we are just sitting in front of the cameras every day.
That's a
Yeah,
very big learning.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
coming out of
And
your
that's
comfort
the
zone
biggest.
and accepting that yes, I have to
Correct,
go that I have
correct,
to
correct.
cross that line and go beyond that.
Yeah, and in fact, I want to share one story here. Like you were sharing about your own pitfalls. This is, of course, my pitfall as well, that I've had to learn social media and what is it all about. And there was this one incident which happened when I was visiting Delhi last year. In October, I visited Delhi, and when I was coming back from Delhi to Indore, and on the Indore airport, there's this one lady came up to me and said, "Are you Richa Chaturvedi?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am Richa Chaturvedi, and how do you know?" So she said, "I saw the first season of, I saw a couple of episodes of yours on Instagram, the Richa Chaturvedi talk show, and it was like an awe moment for me. I like, okay, celebrity." That people have started recognizing you, that you are adding
That's the
value.
power of social media.
Yeah. And however, I know that there are not many out there, but out of those also, if someone has, I've been able to meet, and that person is coming and actually applauding for the efforts which I've been investing in, I felt it was such a fruitful journey for last 2 years, last 2 3 years, till last year. And it was amazing. And I think that was, I would say that was the biggest trophy I could get from any
Tears in your eyes,
for,
right?
for putting that effort and coming out of my own overwhelm or pitfall. Yeah. All right. I was asking you the questions. I answered my own.
That's worth knowing because it gives, even like as you in the beginning only you mentioned that we have started this journey together. We have been in the same community. We have been learning together. So even I'm feeling so proud and so happy that you are getting recognized in an airport. That's fantastic
Yeah.
because
And the biggest part
that's
was,
how we see ourselves, because
yes.
somewhere down the line someone is watching us or someone can connect with us. That gives immense pleasure and happiness.
Correct. True. Amazing. Now, Koyal, I just want to understand, what would you, since you know that Empower is a journey of a women, we are working towards women empowerment, and there are various women out there who've been struggling right now. Possibly we have come out of those pitfalls, but they're still in that pitfall right now. So what would you suggest to these ladies who are still struggling somewhere? What kind of a strength will you give them today on this platform?
That's a very valid question and interesting to the core. See, first of all, we need to understand that being women, we are talking a lot about gender equality and women liberation, but hardcore reality is we are still looked down. Okay, even if we are better, but still we will not be appreciated. So let's take that on your stride. First thing, let's take that on your stride and move ahead, because this is common thing that you're going to hear every day. Okay, इससे होने वाला नहीं है, क्या कर लेगी, just wasting her time, इतना पैसे waste हो गए. This is the normal thing. Let's face the reality. So I want to be very real out here. So if you hear this on a day-to-day basis, obviously you will lose interest. You will be dejected. You will say, enough is enough. I'm not going to do this again. Let me do something else. That's where you lose. That's where you're giving up your hopes and dreams, and you're not taking that step ahead. It is like your inner conflict. So you have to win the battle, and you need to have real strong mindset to do that. And to develop that mindset, best thing is to read. There are many books on this of renowned speakers, authors who have come up from this struggle itself. Because that's why I first mentioned, first struggle was for me with myself, that I have to identify myself in that role. So once you're able to do that, yes, pitfalls will come, but you have to be focused on what you want to do. And you cannot let it go, because obviously go back and find out what is the why I started this. Again, when you refocus on the why, then you will be back where you were. So let the world say what they want to, because this world is again going to come back to you when you are a success story.
Yes, and they will be yes, and they will be all talking about how this.
Yes, that's the silver lining, because we have seen, like, even if you consider like Bollywood for that matter, you have seen this on every Friday, the hero, heroine, director, producer, they are written off. They are. I mean, it's a saying in Mumbai that तकदीर तो हर शुक्रवार को बदलती है इन लोगों के लिए. So हमारे लिए भी कोई ना कोई शुक्रवार तो है जो जब तकदीर बदलेगी. But we cannot just sit and wait for that. We have to give our 100%. We have to hard work. We have to grow. We have to learn, and we have to connect. We have to connect with like-minded people. We have to build our network strong, and definitely somewhere down the line, there will be someone who will connect with you on your value system, on what you're doing, and they will be appreciating your effort.
Yes, and universe will get you that, will take you to that person actually.
Yes.
Who can,
so you
can actually
your goal sets, your manifestation, your goal sets, your visualization, everything will come into place once you know what you are doing. That is the most important thing. Once you know that, and you know this is what my goal is, you will reach there. It might take maybe 4 to 5 years. That's okay. Maybe beyond that, but stick to it. That is when God sees, divine sees you, and divine appreciates that this person is not given up.
Yes.
I have given a lot of hardships to him or her.
Yes.
And this person has appreciated and taken those hardships, but has been there. So tike rehna is what the challenge is. And if you're there, and then you are going to win the battle, come what may.
Yes, amazing. In fact, I would say that if you are consistent and committed to your efforts and the steps which you have to take every day, the universe will get you to all the resources which you need to go ahead and take that leap further. So it is like that. So every time it is, whenever you are finding a pitfall, please wait for the universe blessing. It will come to you. Just stay consistent and committed to what you
just don't give up.
Yes, just never give up. Never give up. Yes,
never give up. Because we women, we have to definitely prove ourselves. Once we prove ourselves, there is no looking back. For us, the challenge is that we have to prove ourselves.
Yeah, even the God had to prove himself while he was on this earth. So we are just tiny particles of this universe. That's it. So it is okay. It is okay if the time has been testing you and the people around you are testing you. Every minute is a testing water. So we are all testing waters every time. So it is perfectly fine if you're going through that drill every day, every moment. It's worth the effort. On that note, thank you so much, Koyal, for coming here and sharing your thought process, because I feel that the thought process, that positivity increases if you are if you are sharing it with others as well, right? So I'm happy, and I'm so obliged that you came today. Thank you so much. Heartfelt gratitude for
My
you.
pleasure.
Yes, and I love the conversation, and I love the fact that the way we have been connecting with each other for last 1.5, 2 years. It is amazing journey. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure, Richa, and thank you for letting me come on this chat show when I'm feeling a bit lighter, because I've shared many things which might have been within me and I haven't got a platform to talk about. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for inviting me, even if it's the last minute, but still you felt that I can do some justice to this.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye.